straight leg hip rotation. Start with the straight leg hip rotation. You want to pick a distance that allows you to actually carry out the move. The wider you go in this move, the more difficulty you have in actually controlling the hips. So I would recommend starting off, maybe 3 to 4 hands separation between the legs. Getting started, we want to make sure that we pull the toes towards the hip without firing the quad. This is actually quite difficult initially, as the first reaction when you pull your toes up is for the quad to fire. So after you initially pull the toes up, kind of relax that sensation a bit. It's going to allow you to relax the quad, and then we can actually start with our hip rotations. Now, just like the shoulder car and many of the other rotation based moves, we want to use that analogy and visualize the X on the thigh or the quad. Now, when we are internally rotating, we want to imagine turning the X in towards the floor. Now, it's very easy to get caught up trying to use the foot as your means of rotation. Right now, I'm currently internally rotating using my hip. If I push the foot on down there, it gets me 0 extra internal rotation. So don't think, if the first time round you push your foot all the way to the floor that you're great at this move. If you aren't feeling an almost cramping sensation coming in there around about the hip flexor, you aren't actually doing the move correctly. So focus on the actual rotation rather than thinking about pushing the toe all the way to the floor and vice versa on external rotation. You want to visualize there's a spike coming all the way through your heel to your hip, and this hip is rotating on its axis. So from the internal rotation, with that very same motion of rotating the hip in the capsule, we then rotate the X to the other side of the body, the external rotation. When we're in external rotation, it's completely fine, maybe to feel a little bit of action at the very bottom of the hamstring on the inside of the knee here, excuse me. And more so, we want to be feeling it right in the belly of the glute there, that external rotator, and down into the bottom of the glute med a little bit more as well. And again, and rotating through the hip, thinking, visualizing there's an X on your thigh, you're turning the X in towards the floor. And that is our straight leg hip rotation. I can't recommend enough, maybe the first couple of times you try this, physically draw an X on your thigh there with a marker or a pen, and see the rotation happening yourself. It helps create the connection in the brain a little bit more, and the more we can actually visualize it in here, the more we can apply it out here. Thank you.